മലങ്കര സഭയുടെ മണിനാഥമായ മാറിവാനിയോസ് പിതാവേ,
ഞങ്ങൾക്കു വേണ്ടി അപേക്ഷിക്കണമേ.
In Mark 16:15, Jesus commands the apostles to go preach the good news to all nations. The apostles receive the commission and go around the world. The Malankara Syrian Catholic Church traces its roots to the missions of Thomas the Apostle in the 1st century. Syrian Christians of Kerala believed that St. Thomas the Apostle came to Kerala in 52 AD and baptized their forefathers. By the 4th century, the heirs of St. Thomas became hierarchically dependent on the Assyrian Church, an Eastern Syriac church also founded by Thomas, but centered in the Persian Empire. The Catholicos Patriarch of the Assyrian Church regularly dispatched bishops to the Indian Church to ordain priests and deacons and regulate ecclesial life. In 1498, the famous Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama sailed to Kerala, followed by the Portuguese missionaries who introduced the Roman Catholic Latin Rite to the Kerala Christians. Once European Christianity had arrived, life was never the same again for Kerala Christians. On 1599, the Synod of Diamper, convened by the Portuguese Archbishop Aleixo de Menezes, issued 200 decrees, including removing the Malabaris from the jurisdiction of the Chaldean Patriarch, severing their direct ties with the Assyrian Church of the East, and placing them under the Latin Rite Portuguese, Latinized the liturgy, decreed priestly celibacy, and introduced the Inquisition. The Synod enforced severe restrictions on the faith of the Syriac St. Thomas Christians and the practice of using Syriac and Aramaic. The decisions of Diamper led to Kunan Cross Oath and to the division of the St. Thomas Christians in Kerala. The community that remained as one until 1653 would be split, resplit, changed, reformed, and reinvented. But looking back, it seems clear that through the vicissitudes of history, the community was moving ahead, not stumbling. Attempts for the reunion started soon after the split. However, no negotiations succeeded till the 20th century. Maravagnos started to have negotiations with the Holy See of Rome in 1926 to enter into a new communion. As a result, the two bishops, including Maravagnos, Bishop Jacob Theophilos, Father John Kuranapurat, OIC, Deacon Alexander, OIC, and Chaco Kalilit, embraced and united with the Catholic Church on September 20th, 1930. The church that entered into the ecclesial community with only 5 members is now grown with over 500,000 faithful in over 12 eparchies in India and across the world.
The official inauguration of the Syro Malankara Catholic Mission of North America was on August 15, 1984, in a meeting held at Fordham University, New York. The meeting was led by His Grace, the Most Reverend Benedict Mar Gregorios, the Metropolitan Archbishop of the Syro Malankara Catholic Church. From 1984 to 2001, the missions in North America were guided by Reverend Melamparambil John Ramban, Reverend Kallur John Cor Episcopo, who became Most Reverend Yohanon Mar Chrysostom, Reverend Manikarot Givargis Cor Episcopo, and Reverend Monsignor Dr. Peter Kocheri Cor Episcopo as the priests in charge and coordinators. From 2001 to 2010, Reverend Monsignor Dr. Isaac Tottengal, who is now more and more Basilios Cardinal Climis Catholicos, and then Reverend Dr. Joseph Corneta, was appointed as Apostolic Visitor for the Syro Malankara Catholic faithful in North America and Europe. On 14th July 2010, the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, established an apostolic exarchate for the Malankara Syrian Catholic Church in the United States of America. Reverend Dr. Thomas Mar Eusebios was appointed as the first bishop of the new exarchate and apostolic visitor to Canada and Europe. On 18th December 2015, His Holiness Pope Francis elevated the exarchate to the status of an eparchy and extended its territory to include the region of Canada. Also with His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Thomas Mar Eusebios was appointed the first bishop of the eparchy. His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Philippos Mar Stefanos was appointed the second bishop of the eparchy when His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Thomas Mar Eusebios was transferred to the new diocese in India. At present, there are 16 parishes and a few mission stations in the eparchy. Around 11,500 members are there in the eparchy. There are 18 Malankara Catholic priests working in the eparchy and 16 other Malankara Catholic priests working in different Latin Catholic dioceses in the USA. 34 religious sisters are rendering their ministry in this region. 3 Bethany convents and 7 Daughters of Mary convents are situated in the new eparchy. The apostolates of MCA, MCYM, Fathers Forum, Mothers Forum, Department of Faith Formation, MCCL, etc. greatly help in the growth of this church in this continent.
As Syro Malankara Catholics, it is our mission to continue this great commission of Jesus by bearing witness, celebrating the liturgy, and by living the gospel.
മലങ്കര മണ്ണിലെ മലർവാടിയായ മാറിവാനിയോസ് പിതാവേ,
ഞങ്ങൾക്കു വേണ്ടി അപേക്ഷിക്കേ